Huh? And welcome to this was I-90 Rome. I-90 Rome. And welcome to this was I-90 Rome Division Hangar. Huh? Shalom, Drone Division subscribers and viewers, and welcome to the first ever episode of The Hangar. Here at this West I-90, the Drone Division Hangar, we have on deck the Parrot Bebop, brand new, hallelujah, and we have the Ghoul RC T37, and we have the VSG 900, the SG 900, and several SG 900 parts. We recently ordered another SG 900 to fix, what is it? The gold SG 900, which fell to pieces. And it was a VSG 900, which is a SG 900 knockoff. And we ordered a SG 900, and we flew that thing, and we took it through some obstacles, and it had a few battles, and it did not do the same job as the VSG 900, but it did a good job. This West I-90 Drone Division is hard on drones. So if a drone can't make it through, then it's not the drone's fault. We're hard on drones. And so because of such, as you can see, we had to C-3PO the VSG, the SG 900 that just came in. Here at the Drone Division, we do mods. That's what we do. Okay, as you can see, this leg is falling off. That's what we're going to take care of today in the hangar. As you can see, we replaced the Wi-Fi antenna with an actual dipole antenna, and we put an SMA on right here to connect the dipole antenna to the Wi-Fi antenna, which had one of those. Yeah, and so originally, because I put this dipole antenna on here, the SG 900 was able to go much higher than it normally was. But even before I put this dipole antenna on here, the SG 900 was having a problem with connectivity, and it was losing connectivity. And so I assumed that if I put this dipole antenna, I was going to do that anyway, whether it was losing connectivity or not. So I assumed that once I put the dipole antenna on here, that would end all the problems, but no, Drone Division, it did not. I'm thinking I'm going to have to now pull out the transmitter antenna as well and stick it up. And so the SG 900 would lose connectivity and be flying around higher than it's supposed to be. And when it loses connectivity, it would crash. And the first crash resulted in losing this arm, which caused it to be C-3PO'd from the original which caused it to be C-3PO'd from the original VSG 900. I put the gold arm on, and more recently, when I was droning around on Broadway, you'll see that video. I have a link for that in the description. I was droning around on Broadway, and this arm got damaged as well. But this arm is going to have to cause me to pull the whole drone loose, and this part of the body has been damaged. It cannot hold the leg any longer. So I'm going to have to pull this drone loose and take the silver from the modified SG 900 and put it on top of the gold. What is it? So we're putting what is it back in service. Hallelujah, on some Frankenstein type stuff. And we're going to videotape me putting all the parts together. So if you are a person that does mods or modifies things or is even considering it, you can see how we do it here in the hangar at this West I-90 Drone Division. Shalom. Thanks for tuning in. adjust the camera so that I can get over here good. You don't really need to see me. You can just look at the everything in collection. This is the Hangar. The pride of our fleet is the Parrot Bebop. The Parrot Bebop is an exceptional drone. I would recommend a Parrot Bebop to anybody looking to get in on droning, or if you're already droning and you want to enhance your drone experience. I can't recommend the Parrot Bebop enough. Okay, and I also recommend the DAQUI RC T37. Man, I done crashed this drone almost 100 times already. And you see, I've modified it as well. I took one of the antennas. I took one of the antennas out of a old cable box I wasn't using anymore, and I had modified the cable box to increase the wireless range by taking this wire out of the cable box and replacing it with a 5 dipole antenna, 5 dBi dipole antenna, and it worked. The video for that will also be in the description. And when I saw this, I wondered, hey, I wonder how usable this is. And I remember seeing in another drone video a person use something like this to Wi-Fi their drone, and I used it, and this was a great idea. I'm thinking about using this in other drones because this cord was able to pick up a reception from the cable router from the cable company to send cable as well as Wi-Fi through my home. So I figured this must be a super strong antenna, and if I could get it to work on this drone, it would be super strong. And of course, it was correct. This drone has went so high in the sky, I almost lost it. And this drone has been flying all the way down the street, but the signal I use to connect it is so strong that it doesn't get lost. It's just really juicy. It's like wet, and it's just flying around, and you have good control over it, but you can tell it's a beast. It's ready to go. It's ready to travel. It's ready to go far. And I crashed it, like I say, over 100 times. I done changed all the propellers, and I done modified it, took it loose, fixed it, took it loose, fixed it. The DAQUI RC T37 is a good drone for anybody, beginning drone, somebody just want to crash a drone, somebody want to have a fun drone, and this camera is on. You'd be surprised at this camera. Okay, a lot of these expensive drones you can't see at night, but with this camera, for some, I don't know if it's the lights on the side or it's just the way the camera is made, the camera lights up what you see in the camera. So the pictures has light in it. So where you're looking at, and normally if you were looking at Bebop, you would see darkness with lights from stores or buildings. But in this drone camera footage, you see light as if the street is lit up the way we actually see it with our eyes. So I would recommend the DAQUI RC T37. And as you can see, the controller for the SG900, we modified it as well to connect to the 2.4 gigahertz antenna inside of the SG900 to give it more range, but unfortunately that did not work. We did not get any more range, and we did not get any better connectivity from doing this. And to be quite honest, it's jimmy rigged on the inside because I'm not very good with soldering, and that might have an effect on it as well. And so when I fly the modified SG900 with the dipole antennas, I mostly fly it on the Wi-Fi from my phone with one of my controllers. Now, in a video, in several videos, in RC Escape, Quadcopter 101, Captain Drone, I even think I heard Drone Worship mention that, and a few other channels mentioned that the controllers to these drones don't actually cooperate successfully with the drone. They're sometimes fighting for signal. And so it came into my mind to always put a Bluetooth controller on any drone that you can. And I've had a much greater success rate with droning since I decided to do that. And at first I was using Octopus, and I was using this controller, the DAQUI M1. This controller is a phenomenal controller. I would recommend anybody droning that decides to add Bluetooth controllers to your drones and fly your drones with Bluetooth controller. This would be an excellent controller. You can stretch it. This was excellent. It fits most phones and even some small tablets. And this control mod my drone like a champ. The buttons lit up, so I was even able to use my drones that had night cameras at night, and even in the day. It's just nice looking down at the beautiful color buttons. The DAQUI M1, but I had to use Octopus with this, and as I was using Octopus with DAQUI M1 to fly the T-37, the SG-900, and even the Parrot Bebop, the refurbished one. As I was flying it with them, this was, I didn't have to use the Octopus with the Bebop, but I had to use Octopus with the T-37 and Octopus with the SG-900. And I'm telling you, I had an excellent time. The T-37 this drone does not come with any controller. Okay, you fly it from your phone. Adding this controller to the T-37 will make you fall in love. You'll be flying it all the time. You're buying batteries, just going crazy flying the T-37. The SG-900 without the controller and the DAQUI M was really good. It was flying very far. That's how I got it to go so high when I broke the arms and legs, because with the dipole antenna, the DAQUI M1 controller, and EXT. Now, you've heard me talk about EXT before. I'm going to turn this off, DAQUI M1 controller, and put it away, and let's talk about EXT. Now, you heard me talk about EXT before. Let's take a look at it. What is EXT? EXT is when you put a Wi-Fi repeater on your drone and extend the drone range. This is what I use for EXT. I use this phone charger to charge my battery. I can put a link to the description in this as well. And yep, standard charger. It gets me, what does it say on here? 5 volts, 2.1 amps, out 5 volts, 2.1 amps. All right, and this is the Wi-Fi extender I use. Now this works excellent for the T-37. This is what got the T-37 high up in the sky, and it still ain't crashed and destroyed itself yet, and it got it far down the street. This EXT worked for the T-37, the L6060, and a couple of other drones I had in my possession that I no longer have at this time. The SG-900 would not connect to this because of the way it's set up. I connected this to the SG-900, but I could not connect the phone and to the drone and fly it. I could not even see the video in the FPV. So this did not work for the SG-900, but this worked phenomenally for the T-37 and many other drones. I haven't tried this on the Bebop, the new Bebop yet, but I have something else new for the Bebop. Once again, I have to give a shout out to Drone Worship because I learned about Wi-Fi repeaters on drones from Drone Worship. Hallelujah. And it's what I've seen him doing with his Wi-Fi repeater and his Bebop that made me decide to get a Bebop. And so this is my EXT system. Viewers and subscribers, I'm just going to call you Drone Division. I'm going to tell you something, Drone Division. If you're going to be flying drones and you're going to do it for more than a hobby, even if you're going to do it as a hobby and you're serious about it, you're going to need to learn how to fix your drones. You're going to need to learn the insides and the outsides about drones. So first, before I get into fixing, I want to recommend to you, get you a Bluetooth controller. Okay, almost all drones will allow you to hook up a Bluetooth controller to your phone and use something like Octopus and map your controller. Oh, I didn't get a chance to tell you about the VO18 Dream. Hallelujah. So because I was having issues with Octopus, I decided to look around for a mapping controller, and I got the WePad. And the WePad was not suitable for my purposes because the WePad 2 comes with the built-in mapping. And because of the not purpose of the WePad and the way that you hook up the mapping on the WePad 2, I was skeptical of it. And so I looked around, and lo and behold, I found this thing, the VO18 Dream. Hold on, let me get the box for you. Okay, this is the Venison for iOS for Android model VA018 Bluetooth gamepad. Okay, that's what this is I have now. And this comes with an app you can download to your phone or your iOS, and you can use it to map your controller directly to your phone without Octopus. And Let me just turn it on for you so you can see what it looks like. And when you turn it on, it also has colorful light up buttons. I like colorful light up buttons, and that's why that's one of the main reasons why I picked these two controllers. But this controller is awesome. It's awesome. If you get on the T37, bananas. On the app with the T37, bananas. But this is more of a professional controller, because as you are mapping this controller to your app to fly your drone, these controllers have degrees that you have to set to, as you're spinning your drone left and right, how much degrees you want to put into your left and right spin. As you're going up and down with the drone, how much degrees you want to put into your drone. You can map any of these buttons to do just about anything. Hallelujah. If you are a person that understands what I just said, and you know about mapping, and you know about drones, and you are understanding of the fact that drones fly better if you use a Bluetooth controller instead of the actual controller that they come with, you're going to love this controller. I crashed most of these drones back here using the controllers that they came with because they were faulty. I don't know why. I don't know how they were able to sell these drones. I have several more drones that I crashed from using the controllers that came with them, and they were faulty. They would do good for just a while, and I would have fun with them. And it would come to a point to where the controller would mess up and lose connection from the drone, or the controller would send the drone a bad connection, a bad signal, and cause the drone to crash and mess up, especially the E511S. But I want to tell you, the people at Banggood are excellent with their customer service. They compensated me greatly, and they made me feel like I was a valuable customer, and I would gladly do business with Banggood again. And I'm looking forward to purchasing another E511S in the future. Or maybe Banggood will just send me one, or maybe some other supplier of the E511S will send me one, so I can actually get one out the box, connect it to a Bluetooth controller, and do a review of the controller I use for the E511S and the E511. Here is the box for the BEBENCOOL Bebop controller. Now, it's not a Bebop controller. It's just that Bebop is red, the BEBENCOOL is red. This is the box for it. BEBENCOOL wireless gamepad controller for Android. It's only for Android. Sorry, iOS people, you lose this time. But the BEBENCOOL gamepad works excellent with the Parrot Bebop drone, as you will see in future footage. So I just wanted to show you the packaging that this comes with. Nice little box. You open it up. It had all the goodies. It had all the goodies inside. The BEBENCOOL gamepad, wireless gamepad. It's an excellent controller. You'll see in future videos. I'm going to show you videos of me using the controller and me flying the drone with the controller.